The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke responds to woke complaints, essentially tells these guys to go watch something else.
Like it.
Thumbs up, Eric.
Thumbs up.
Yep. Tell them you don't like it. See ya. Hit the road.
That's it.
They say back in the day, hit the road, Jack.
What they say now? Go beat some rocks, or does that mean something else?
I don't know what
kick
that
some,
means.
Kick some rocks. Kick
bitch.
rocks.
Yeah. The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke responds to woke complaints about The Boys, and he basically says, go watch something else.
There you go.
Now, The Boys, so there's, I guess a lot of comic fans love The Boys, I think, right? I mean, it's a pretty critically acclaimed show. I've never met someone who said they didn't like The Boys, who's watched it, right? There has been some critique for some of its socio-political satire or takes, right? Like,
Sure.
Even when they showed a lot of like police brutality, racial issues, I think it was in the last season, there were some people that kind of critiqued the writer, and he basically said, like, dude, it goes on. Like, why? This is my perspective. These are things that really happen.
Right.
Why would I not include it in my show? Like, that's what I want to do, you know?
I mean, it's literally the whole line of the Marvel Comics.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
Reflecting in comics things that's happened in the social, political arenas, you know?
So, yeah, he in the interview, someone asked me last year about season 3, how are you so prescient, I don't even know what that word means, with cops and over-policing in black neighborhoods? And he just says, well, it's been a problem for over 100 years. It was a problem 5 years ago, and unfortunately it's going to be a problem 5 years from now. It's always the same shit.
Right.
So, like, this is happening. Why not include it in my show that takes place in the real world, right, and mirror what actually happened?
I think the simple answer is that people think, or they're trying to push it under the rug. My overall perspective is, if I want to get away from something, I'm offended when somebody else keeps bringing it up, even though we both know it's still happening.
Correct.
So it's one of those things. Oh, you still think that way? It's not really happening. Well, yes, it is still happening.
Yep. And then, have you seen the trailer to the newest season of The Boys?
I have not.
So in there, we see kind of a little glimpse of Homelander going to trial.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it's probably for last season when he kills the whole crowd of people, like on live TV.
Right,
I mean, I would assume that you probably would go to trial for something like that.
And I'm assuming that he's going to trial for votes. You know, he's like really on about the impression of himself.
Yes.
Right. So he's trying to fix his his persona,
right,
because there's really no reason for Homelander to be anywhere under any kind of law.
Correct. And so they asked him about this because of, Donald Trump's on trial. So they're like, they're kind of like accusing him, like, are you just like making fun of like recent politics? And his response, to sum it up, he's like, no, like, we wrote this way in advance. We didn't know Trump would be on trial when we were releasing this. Like, we wrote this because of what happened in the show. Homelander did these things. And what he said was, he said that, did I know that it was going to come out during Trump's trial? Of course not. But we write what we're either scared of or pissed off about. And then he goes on to ask about, the over policing. Sure. But he talked about how, like, it's going to be cool to look at, can you convict someone that powerful as Homelander? Right. Not just from a power set, but he's also from a government where he's at. Right. Can you convict someone that powerful of a crime? And what does that mean for supporters or people protesting him? So it's just like, he's thinking of things that could really happen. Right. How would we react to him? And then, hey, let's show this on screen. And then while we're doing that, let's parody comics. And I think it's brilliant.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, it's like, first of all, people got to understand that it takes a long time to produce anything. Correct. So they're not sitting around waiting for, it's not Saturday Night Live. Right. You just can't go and pull something out of your ass that happened, 15 minutes ago. Right. So in order for them to produce this show, this has been going on. They have to write it first. Yes. Then they have to go through the production of it first. That's probably 2 years alone. Now, I do think it's interesting that there's a parallel between Homelander and Trump. Right. two very powerful figures, in their respective worlds, and it's all playing out at the same time. Now, they have said that what's that show? The one that's been on for 400 years. The kid with
Simpsons?
The Simpsons have predicted world events.
Yeah.
So this could be another, one of those things.
Maybe.
But I don't even want to go down that conspiracy thing.
Is the Simpsons too woke? But this is what I don't even know who this dude is. Obviously, he's the showrunner. He goes on to say, I clearly have a perspective, and I'm not shy about putting that perspective in the show. Anyone who wants to call the show woke or whatever, that's okay. Go watch something else.
Right.
But I'm certainly not going to pull any punches or apologize for what we're doing. Then he talks about how some people think Homelander's a hero. What do you say to that? The show is many things. Subtle is not one of them.
Right.
Which I love him for saying this.
Absolutely.
Because, to his point, like, he's not – Homelander has supporters as well.
Right? Absolutely, yep.
And, you bring the parallels to Trump. There's people that are in support. There's people that will be protesting the trial. There's people that are against him.
Right. You put out any kind of personality, and you're going to have pro and con. It's just the way it is.
Correct.
You got people want to marry serial killers in prison. It's crazy.
Yep.
You got people that like, Superman. Come on.
Yeah, that's probably the worst of all of this, the people who like Superman. I'm just
You're not going to get any feedback on that at all.
Yeah, it's only a joke. Now, but you know what I love most about this is, and I think it contradicts what Kathleen Kennedy was saying last week about the whole, the basically the fan base ruins the show. No, I think that sometimes there is some forced representation to where, and not that you have to cater to your audience, but you should build things that your audience likes.
Right.
The Boys has a set of fans that really love this. I think the ones that complain about the woke, they're probably not huge fans of the show.
Right.
So to his point, if you don't like what I'm putting out, watch a different show. Don't watch the show you don't like and bitch about it.
Right.
I don't like country music at all. At all. You were playing a country song the other day. Remember that?
Yep.
I almost fell out of my chair. But
dude, I like all kinds of music.
You do?
Oh yeah, I do. I don't like every song in every music.
Sure.
Music genre, but I like all kinds of music. Band, I do. Appalachian.
I like most kinds of music.
I like all. I like something in pretty much every type of music.
Got it. I will say that about everything except for country. Actually, there probably are a few country songs. But my point is, I don't like country. You know what I don't do, though? I don't go watch country YouTube videos and talk about how bad they are.
Right.
I wish they would get – I go, as my man Eric says, I go watch or listen to something else.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like our podcast here or our show or Fun with Mike and Adrian, whatever you want to call it. Because I thought about this before, too. Like, do the people that – talk shit. Do we try to make them happy? No, not at all.
No.
We're going to continue making content for the people that like our content.
No, we're going to continue making content for us.
True.
Because we enjoy it. We like having fun at it. Yes. And you can like it or not.
Or not. Yes, that is true. We're going to continue with our brand of fun.
Yep.
And that's kind of what he's saying. I'm going to continue with, to him, this is his fun.
There you go.
The Boys. And I respect him for standing, digging his heels and standing his ground.
And the thing about it is that if you don't have that person out creating that fun, you're not original. And then you have the mosquito boy coming back talking about how unoriginal people are.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, George Lucas can't say we're unoriginal.